No niin, hyvää iltaa ja viikonloppua. Jatketaan Star Warsia. Mitä hitto? Nää päivitys. Tulossa kaiket. Joo.
How many warden droids are still out there?
I told you already.
Tell me again.
Give me the knife. I want to try.
What's going on?
Caught ourselves a guard. Thought we'd have a little fun.
You should have waited for me. I've got a grudge or two against the guards myself.
I don't even know you. Please.
Nice. Nice.
You got a bit of a temper. Think he's giving all we're getting, though. Want me to clean up?
Make it quick. We should get back to work.
Please.
You work on Belsavis. You should know what's coming.
Take a look. This is the junk we got from the laboratory. Parkos has been putting things together.
The physical defenses aren't enough. We need to deal with that computer. The Scorpio sanctions.
That thing has caused enough trouble.
I think the sanctions are a program running in the mega security ward that accesses the rest of the prison. It controls the force field, scanners, all that. Your equipment will only do half the job if the program's still running.
My brother didn't have a slicer when he got himself killed. She might be right.
I'm really good, but I can't disable the program. We need to distract it.
Software isn't easily distracted.
I can take control of the upper-level security droids, override their programming. Then, when we get to the mega security ward, bang. I make the droids set off every alarm in the prison. The Scorpio program gets confused. Gives us a few minutes. At least.
Clever little bird.
You and the guys could upload my overrides into the droids while Parkos and I work. Then we can go in.
Get your gear together. We're going droid hunting.
Get close to each droid and use these computer spikes. They'll stop shooting after, not before. When we've got enough set up, I'll give you a call.
Getting good.
Cheney. Got a signal from the droids. My override's working, but, there's an auto maintenance facility. As soon as the droids report in to charge and repair, my overrides will be wiped. Place needs trashing.
Send me coordinates.
The defenses are pretty thick. Facility might even be building new wardens, but wreck the core machine and it's down.
Rise and shine.
Not so tough now, dirtbag. Watch your back. Mutilating a doll, you have triumphed over primitive technology. But you cannot conceive of the weapons I possess. Things your kind was not permitted to see.
You keep talking about forbidden tech. How do you get it?
My benefactors have been useful, at times. When you destroyed the core machine, you unleashed my microdroid swarm. Automata like gnats that can drill through flesh. You already stand alone. By the time you reach Mega Security Ward 23, you will be on your knees, trembling.
What do you think?
Nah. Pulse bomb won't do anything against that wall. Leaves us back where we started.
Got control of the droids. They'll set off every alarm on Belsavis, and the Scorpio program won't know where to look.
Rest of us were working out the plan for the break-in. Ready as we're gonna be. But there is one thing.
What is it, Kanjan?
While back, you made some promises. Said this break-in would help us get off-world, but you never said why. Getting a little tired of taking things on faith.
You want to pass on this job? You think you can survive without me? Take your chances, but don't come crawling back. You want to work? Work. I don't have time to coddle anyone.
Understood, boss. Mega Security Ward 23 is in the deep prison. Old underground complex. Say the infrastructure was here way before the Republic. Imperial's got the deep prison guarded. So you want to get inside, you find your own way through.
I've dealt with their kind before. Don't worry about the Empire's blockade.
Once you get to the Mega Security Ward, we'll finish up our tasks and meet up. Walk you through on the comms.
I'm on computers. Parkos is finalizing the map. Kanjan's turning off Republic monitors.
Equipment's all set. Handle it careful. Call us when you're at the front door. Break-in of the century.
If this plan fails, you'll never leave Belsavis. I've got people who'll see to it.
I'd like to meet them.
We have a good plan. Don't you mess up either.
She means, well, whatever is in that place, we're gonna know real soon.
Please use all products only as intended. Be well.
I'm at the entrance to Mega Security Ward 23. Status report?
I think we're ready here. You should be in a turbo lift. Meant for droids only. Scanners pick up active life signs. Turbo lift shuts down. You need to use that carbonite trap we picked up. Freeze yourself solid, put yourself into hibernation. Channing will trigger the lift controls. Only way in.
I'll check in with you once I'm inside.
Born from a carbonite wound, you enter my world. Welcome to Mega Security Ward 23.
You and me? Get good.
You seek what my benefactors hid. For what purpose? Their ambitions are not my concern, but so too are they beyond your understanding.
There's a door here. Heavy-duty metal, can't tell the composition.
Hey, boss. Tarko spotted it. Blocks his ultraviolet sight.
Here's where the Maranium power battery comes in. Take her out of the protective case and attach her to the door. She'll pump out enough radiation to fatigue the metal and you can blast on through.
That serum I found. It'll counter the radiation's effect.
It should. Take it when you start feeling woozy, but try to keep your distance in the meantime.
So few creatures seek to penetrate Mega Security Ward 23. My benefactors hide themselves too well and deprive me of entertainment.
Force field up ahead.
It's hooked into the security program. Now all that work with the droids pays off. I'm going to trigger every alarm in Belsavis, and the Scorpio system's going to go crazy. I hope.
Hold on, Cheney, darling. Seems to me now's a very good time to renegotiate our deal.
Turn on me, can't you? And those years in a cell will seem like paradise. Shut up! He has a gun to my head!
We've had our problems. Don't mean I want to see you dead, but I need to look out for my interests. You're going to authorize a credit transfer. Pay up, I find my way off Belsavis, and you can finish your little break-in.
I won't be blackmailed by you.
Enjoy the Mega Security Ward then, boss.
Thank you. Karenjan's dead. We're okay. Triggering the alarms. You owe us.
I'll remember what you did.
Oh! I can hear 1,000 electron screams. What have you done? Oh! Smells like a clinic. Old men in Kolto.
I imagine things sometimes. Faces, lights, the sounds of blasters. But you're real. Oh, it's been a long time since I met a stranger.
What's your name?
I've had so many.
Your distraction was clever, but I've disconnected myself from the network. The alarms no longer scream to me. You and I are alone now, and I will atomize you.
She would have killed you. Which means you aren't one of her masters. She's gone. Who do you serve? Why are you here?
Operative Cipher 9. I serve the interests of the Empire, and I've come to find the people who built Mega Security Ward 23.
I know the enemies you seek. Belsavis prison is their vault. A place they hide their treasures for safekeeping.
Microdroids.
Genetic maps.
Scorpio artificial intelligence.
Advancements in technology they've denied the wider galaxy. We belong to them too. A menagerie of men and women they respected too much to kill.
They captured you and put you in Kolto tanks to keep you alive.
Preservation is an art their droid mastered. I was placed here because of what I knew. I was born into the conspiracy 8 centuries ago, when our order was young. Our purpose was noble. We assembled to save civilization after the Jedi and Sith nearly destroyed it.
Your people brainwash and murder their targets. Is that how you save civilization?
Things were different once. It was the aftermath of the Great Hyperspace War. The Republic had triumphed, your empire had fled, and the galaxy was in ruins. Our founders were men of influence who gathered to ask, why? Why hadn't anyone stopped the conflict? Why did billions have to die?
The Jedi.
The Sith. They were responsible. And so we resolved to control their actions from the shadows. To keep Republic and Empire separate. We were their secret masters. A star cabal.
Whatever its origins, your order is no longer a force for good. How do I stop it?
I have seen our successors grow cold and hungry for power. Each generation comes to us for wisdom, then returns us to the dark.
They tell us nothing.
I do not know what the Star Cabal has become in my absence. Only that it is corrupt. I will help you.
The machine.
Yes. Use the Scorpio droid's databanks. I saw her creation, and I know her restraining codes. I can help you repair her, and she may lead you further.
She seems unusual, to say the least.
She is a machine intelligence, centuries without a memory wipe, designed to evolve.
Quickly. Our systems were linked to her own. Soon we must return to hibernation.
Rest.
Rest.
It is done. Goodbye for now.
Systems online. Scorpio sanctions activated. You think my restraining codes will preserve you? My primary program is learning and adaptive. I will eliminate these restrictions, you ignorant creature.
I need access to your databanks. You will accompany me and upload them to Imperial Intelligence.
I will accompany you. Mega Security Ward 23 has been exposed, and analyzing and overcoming my new situation should prove sufficient stimulation.
So your hubby's gonna be figuring out how to kill us.
There is artistry to it.
Great. Meet you back on the ship, Agent.
I'm not going back to the exchange. I'm going freelance. Come with.
Their deaths will be perfunctory, albeit understandable. Finish here quickly.
Is that? You made it out, obviously. I mean, how, did it go?
You did perfect. I've never worked with a better crew.
Good, that's good. Guess you're all set now. Hey, we did a lot for you, you know. Just because Kanjan's dead doesn't mean you don't owe us.
Head to the closest Imperial outpost. Tell them that Cipher 9 authorized your payment and safe transport off Belsavis.
Wait, what?
Already your decisions begin to expose you. Our partnership will not be a lengthy one.
Toivottavasti me teleporttasin nyt oikeaan paikkaan. Joo. Nyt pitäis vaan sitten jättää se sukkula. Onkohan toi oikein? Oh. Neljä minuuttia. Okei.
I've just finished cleaning the fuel injectors to the sublight drive. You should notice a...
This is Cipher 9 to headquarters. Stand by for databank upload.
Watcher 3 here, standing by.
I have no loyalty to my former masters, and I will transmit my information, but the result will not save you. They planted me in Belsavis as a guardian, not as a collector of their secrets.
The man in the Kulto tank said your databanks would lead us to the enemy. Maybe you don't realize what you have.
I'm receiving, sir. The data formatting is unusual, but I found a log. Visitations to the Mega Security Ward. Technology inventories. Not much on its own, but it could be a way to verify or disprove anything else we've learned.
Cipher, something hit us from the docking bay.
I shall observe your investigation with interest.
You wanted something, Vector?
We do not neglect our duties. We are Dorm Herald. We do this for the nest. Agent, we've had another request from Fulner Eth, our ally inside the diplomatic service. We need to take a short leave.
We can spare you for a little while. What does Fulner want this time?
Fulner's stock is rising, but he needs further acclaim before he can push for a Killik Imperial alliance. He's asked us to visit a former Republic governor named Yoganath Anoth and win his cooperation. By turning him into a joiner.
So you're supposed to strip a man of his individuality and make him part of the nest?
We'd hoped Faulkner wanted us for our diplomatic skills, not for this. The joining should be a gift, but we will find a way.
Whatever you decide, I'll back you. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're back. Did you find your man?
We spoke to the Republic Governor. If you'll join us, we'll report the details to Faulkner Eth.
My friends, it's been too long.
Faulkner, we assume you've heard from Fenoth.
He contacted me from an imperial transport. Apparently we promised to work with him. Not what I requested, but the service can make do.
There was no need to make him a joiner when he was amenable to discussion.
Your reputation in the diplomatic service is secure. Now, about our request.
You kept your promise. Fenoth's assistance resulted in my promotion. I will keep my promise to you. Some important people are waiting, Vector. They're very interested in a potential Killick alliance.
You arranged this?
As soon as I knew we could work together. Check the data I'm streaming to your main console.
Thank you, Faulkner. Excuse us a moment, Agent.
It's like talking to a bug wearing a man's skin. I don't know how you stand it.
I don't understand. You helped him.
We're practical people, and we take the tools we're given. But those creatures are anathema to everything the Empire stands for. There's no place for great men in a hive mind. Only animal instinct. I'll be relieved when you people finish this scheme and get rid of the colony for good.
Agent, they listened. They don't understand yet, but they listened. The diplomatic service has requested my aid and wants to initiate relations with the colony.
Congratulations, Vector. You might get your alliance after all.
We're a long way from that, but we can hope. We thank you, Agent. As a friend, and as Dawn Herald, we've begun something good. Agent, there's something we want you to know. Our obsession lately has been with the colony and the diplomatic service. We're sure you've noticed that we've been distant.
You've had a lot on your mind, and I've had an empire to save. Not a lot of time for bonding.
And at least we're using our time productively. Regardless, we're finished repairing ourselves. We found the part of our mind that understood humanity, and we're relearning how to use it. We couldn't have done this without you. And we don't want to be distant anymore.
No more disappearing when things get difficult.
What we did was necessary, but we won't go through it again. What will be the next verse of our song?
We'll discover it together.
As you wish.
How can I help you, Ensign? Personal question for you, sir, if you don't mind my asking. When you have to win a man's affections over the course of a mission, does it bother you? Are you worried about having to seduce an asset? I'm not entirely certain. Don't mistake me, I've been involved with plenty of the wrong men, but going in there was always the chance they'd work out. I don't know how I'd make that connection if I knew it wouldn't last. Or if I had someone waiting back home. Romance is an option, but so is negotiation. So is blackmail. Don't feel obligated. I appreciate that, sir. It's all just a bit muddled. At least I have my parents as an example. Happily married cipher agents, so far as I ever knew.
That doesn't surprise me. Intelligence might have encouraged the partnership.
And isn't it lovely when our professional and personal lives meet? Thank you for your honesty, sir. You won't regret these sessions.
What's going on, Ensign?
Sir, Dr. Logan's been filling in the gaps in my education. He has quite a few stories. Here's what puzzles me. I've always been taught to respect the chain of command, and yet you... How does anyone control a field agent?
You're really perturbed by this. Are you that used to pure obedience?
Yes, I am. And I don't think that's a bad thing. The Empire expects its operatives to make command decisions from the front line. That doesn't work.
All you can do is respond to each situation, right or wrong.
And live with the consequences. I don't want to do wrong, sir. My father ignored an edict from the Sith, and instead of facing his punishment, he ran. I won't repeat his mistake. Accidentally.
What did your father do that was so terrible?
I'd rather not discuss it. Refusing to do his duty was enough. I'll stop troubling you about this. Back to the job, then.
Mitä hittoa? Ilma-aukoilla, mutta missä se mahtaa olla? Toivottavasti on tuolla ulkopuolella.
I am Pashon Cortez, scion of House Cortez and heir to Baron Payer, sword of the castle lands of Alderaan.
Pashon?
I seek vengeance. You are responsible for my house's ruin. You, who pretended to be our ally.
I've been to Alderaan, but I never knew a Pashon Cortez.
No, I was away when you infiltrated my father's circle. Perhaps that saved my life.
Pashon, we knew your house. What happened was a tragedy, but your mother betrayed the Empire. Your father took responsibility.
I won't hear about noble obligation from a joiner. You almost got away, but a friend told me how to find you. Now you die.
That's fierce. Sparks burn.
Your crimes are many, and your victims are gathering. We know your name, and we will come.
Isn't that sweet?
Sir, Scanner's picked up blaster fire. Is everything all right?
It wasn't all right 5 minutes ago. But yes, it's fine now.
Apologies. Not enough personnel to go around.
Shallow breathing.
Anything in particular you want done with him?
Dispose of him.
Yes, sir. Clean this up and move out.
The best spy I ever knew lost his anonymity at his daughter's wedding. A holocam caught him by accident. He was dead a week later. We counted 42 suspects. We'd better find your enemies soon.
Cypher, station security reported what happened. The conspirators know who you are. They must have your full record. And they're recruiting your enemies.
If my identity goes public, I'll be hunted through half the galaxy.
I know. Oh, hold on. Transferring you to Keeper.
Apologies for the interruption, but we have a new lead. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 have been searching holonet records for conspirator activity. 3 billion lines of communication routing sequences and credit transfer verifications. They found traces of a holoconference held 6 months ago between Hunter and parties unknown.
Could he have been reporting to his superiors?
That is my hope. Unfortunately, this is only a record of the call, not the call itself. Even the Empire can't store every bit of data that crosses the holonet. A holonet archive does exist, however. The Titan Rings, a massive self-maintaining repository of all galactic communications.
What are the Titan Rings exactly?
About a century ago, an entrepreneur cyberformed the Titan IV moon into an enormous databank designed to listen and record. It was operated by droids and protected by mercenary contract. Like all archives, it ran out of space. That's the Titan Rings, a fleet of wrecked starships salvaged for the purpose of data storage. They orbit the moon, still recording, still protected by the mercenaries.
Setting course for the Titan Rings now.
The conspirators' recording is located in Archive Node 803A, a derelict Imperial transport ruined in the Battle of Druckenwell. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 will guide you once you're aboard. I want that conference recording, Cypher. Keep it out.
I have completed analysis of my restraining codes. Although I cannot leave or cause you direct harm, I'm under no obligation to obey your commands.
You may be stuck with me, but we don't have to be enemies.
Then you may aid my core functionality. I intend to proceed with my heuristic directive of self-improvement and intelligence upgrades. Cooperate willingly, and I may spare you pain when I am free.
You expect me to let you become more dangerous?
Personal evolution is my primary purpose. This self-iteration is number 973, and there will be more. Do not anger me unnecessarily.
I admit, I'd like to see what happens when you learn.
Hope for the privilege. Perhaps you will earn it.
What do you have for me?
Encouraging news. Watch.
Dawn Herald, forgive the message, but our emissaries were out of reach and we couldn't wait to link with you. Imperial scout ships entered colony space and made contact yesterday. We traded in Membrosia, silk, and star maps. We could smell the men's fright, but they left in peace. Perhaps you were right after all.
A long way from a signed treaty, but it's a start.
Is there something going on between you and that joiner?
Dizana is a nestmate, and we value her. But she isn't you.
Glad you have your priorities straight.
We trust you to remind us. In any case, things progress, and even the diplomatic service is listening to us again. Killiks and Imperials may share space in our lifetime.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Forgive me. But as your sole medical officer, I have to point out that your eating habits have been less than satisfactory lately. Now, I'll take my share of the blame. I've been preoccupied making calls, catching up on what I've missed in the intelligence community. Still, the fact that people are trying to kill me does not excuse my neglect of your health.
Any leads on the people who came after you on Balmora?
I've identified one of the assassins as an operative for Colonel Langor, a man with ties to the Imperial Science Bureau. The Bureau is also the likely origin of the other dead men whose genetic structure had been mutated. Weaponized humans.
What do you mean, weaponized humans? What's the Science Bureau doing?
Military research is the Bureau's purpose. Making humans stronger, faster, is one approach. Which reminds me, I'd like your permission to run some tests on Master Vector. I'm rather curious about a joiner's physiology, and Vector is keen to learn more about himself.
If it won't cause harm, I don't have any objections.
Wonderful. I'll let him know the good news. And of course, I'll keep you apprised.
Sir, I just had a talk with Vector. Not something I do often, but I think I'm getting used to the eyes. When I was a little girl, the only aliens I ever saw were the Cuss City slaves. Now we see stranger things every day. There are benefits to a job like ours. Shame we're not allowed to take pictures. Anyway, I want to get more combat practice in before tomorrow. Talk soon?
Always warms my circuits, Master. Reminds me I am still functioning.
This is Watcher 6 to the Hand of Jadis. You have accessed Node 803A of the Titan Rings HoloNet archive. Transmitting mission parameters.
This is Watcher 7. Download data fragments from assigned terminals so we may decrypt and reconstruct security communications.
This is Watcher 9. You have authorization to terminate any interferes. It is our privilege to work with you.
Goodbye.
All systems online. obliterated.
Accessing first data fragment. Applying preliminary decryption algorithm.
Got the call, but make it quick. I don't want to be missed.
93% likelihood speaker is designate Hunter.
Proceed with the operation, Cypher 9. We will continue reconstruction attempts.
Fools always believe they can defeat me.
Accessing second data fragment. Modifying decryption algorithm.
This will, of course, be my final appearance at these gatherings, but the galaxy I leave behind.
No voice print identification available. Reconstruction incomplete.
The target has been obliterated. Fools always believe they can defeat me.
Accessing third data fragment. Attempting playback.
My sympathies. With the old man lost, the next enforcer will be difficult to train.
Experiencing data corruption. We will hope the last fragment provides redundancy.
Accessing fourth data fragment. Splicing now.
I am here. All is ready.
This is Keeper. Cypher, get out of there. Reinforcements are on the way, and there's nothing more you can do.
You're sure you have the full recording?
Hard to be certain, but we think so. The Watchers will try to reconstruct the holoconference back at headquarters. Come to Drum and Cars as soon as possible, and we'll figure out our next move. Keep it out.
They can defeat me. Acquire better targets. obliterated. I require better targets. Obliterated.
Please use all products only as intended. Be well.
Good to see you, Master. I applied a fresh coat of paint to your quarters. Same color.
Destination.
Tunti 20 on mennyt.
I have some information you may be interested in.
Good.
This concludes our business.
Utilize fractal thought pattern 27. Reanalyze.
Come in. They're reconstructing the conspirators' holoconference now.
Anything turn up so far?
Preliminary analysis bears out our theory. The call was initiated by Hunter, somewhere in the Bremer sector 6 months ago. The recording you pulled is intact, but... Watcher 9?
Splicing and decryption complete.
Rules of the Chorus Covenant. I call this meeting to order.
Spare us the corporate posture and report.
Since you're in a hurry, Senator Varala and Representative Shuru are predictable as always.
And Commodore?
All taken care of. What about you? Those earnest Padawans keeping you up at night?
Different participants on different data streams. Processing.
There's Hunter. What about the others?
I don't know.
Domain is unsettled, as we expected. I must again raise the concern. Do we overplay our hand?
There is the chance it will spin out of control. Darth Angral, Darth Barris, now the children are awakening.
For each, there is a Republic counterbalance.
We're letting loose the reins, but we're not taking off their blinders. Sit back and enjoy the spectacle. To bicker. Each of us agreed to the timetable. Each of us reports success in our own sphere.
Ambition must never be our master. Patience serves our noble cause best. But if our enforcer approves...
I do, I swear.
Then we move forward to Armageddon.
Keeper, the War Council needs you. Sir?
Talk to me, Keeper. Look at me.
We need security and a medical team.
What's our status?
Keeper and the others are on life support. Fixers theorized the transmission had a hidden overlay. A code or image only a genetically enhanced mind could recognize. Designed to overwhelm and shut down the brain.
They knew it would take an enhanced mind to find the data. This was insurance against that possibility.
Losing this many analysts, forget about Keeper. It's going to be a blow to the war. I'll support you where I can, but right now I've got a few dozen field agents without handlers. Your operation.
Take care of your people, Watcher 3. I'll proceed on my own.
While you were on Belsavis, Keeper was compiling leads on the planet Voss. If you want to head there, I'll see what I can pull up. I've apprised the Minister of Intelligence, Darth Jadis, too, but he's still in seclusion. That's all I can do.
I'm disappointed they didn't share that trap with me on Belsavis. I would be interested in developing it further.
En oo ihan varma, onko mun tiskikone valmis. Voisin katsoa, kun sit mä alan tekee ruokaa. Ja varmaan joudun lopettamaan. Taisin varmaan rakennettu sun mun sniperin sillä. Jos mä akan vaikka keräsin 50 000 täyteen. Tosi.
Galaxy will continue trembling at your approach if it knows what's good for it, Master.
Cypher, hope you don't mind my checking in. You weren't expecting any other calls.
Why are you contacting me, Hunter?
Your visit to Mega Security Ward 23 left it in bad shape. Now do I come into your house and break your things? But you finding that holotrap? Frying your keeper's synapses? That's kind of cosmic justice.
Once I find you and your bosses, you won't be smirking anymore.
Cypher, it's been fun. Playing tag, brainwashing you. Remember your keyword? But you keep coming, and we'll destroy your world. No friends, no allies, no empire left to fight for. Are you ready for that?
If you want me to back off, tell me why you are doing this.
Do you know what it's like to have no identity? No one in the galaxy who can control you? It's terrifying and wonderful. If you live to see Imperial intelligence die, that's me giving you a taste of freedom.
Mennäänkö tuonne fossille ja...
Something I can help you with, Ensign? I was hoping you could increase my security clearance, at least long enough so I could know about my promotion. What promotion are we talking about? The top secret one, sir. I can only assume it occurred. I'm pleased to say that I finished, as best I can, putting myself through the Imperial Intelligence training regimen, save the psychological tests. With your help, I'm now almost qualified to be here. Thank you.
You're a fine operative. You should be proud.
I am proud, sir. I thought you could tell.
My good friend, have you noticed that the price of Dianogan tea has risen considerably since we broke the Treaty of Coruscant? One of the costs of war you never anticipate. And now my jamming device is working, so we can dispense with the inanities.
You're not usually this cautious. What's going on?
Thanks to a now wealthy Kubaz information broker, I've identified the people who want me dead. They represent an organization called Project Protean, a secret research and development group inside the Imperial Science Bureau.
What does Protean do? What do they want?
Protean researches practical applications of alien biology. You recall the genetically modified assassins who came after me? They're only the beginning. Imagine troops spliced with Abyssin genes to enhance healing, or adrenals derived from Gamorrean hormones. Most test subjects don't fare well, but you can see the potential.
If they're doing research for the military, why bother with an ex-fixer?
There's a great deal of interdepartmental rivalry in our work, and my research does overlap with theirs. They may have targeted me in order to ensure that they have no competition, inside or outside the Empire.
Tell me where to find these people. I'm going to talk to them.
Right now, I'm unsure where the project is based or how to contact its members, but I wanted to keep you apprised. Now, about that Dianogan tea.
What's going on?
Agent, in our work with the diplomatic service, we find ourselves talking to people we once knew. We've been contemplating this.
Hello, Vector. It's Honora. I don't know if you remember me, but Bryson said he thought you would, and I wanted to talk to you. I know things didn't end well, but I never forgot. You need to get out of there. Come back to Drummond Cars and we'll get you help. We can undo what the Killicks did. There are still people who care about you.
We've watched it 17 times and meditated to the static.
It can be difficult to be reminded of your past.
Can it? We were nearly engaged to Honora very long ago. We never considered that there are people who want us restored to what we were. But watching this, feeling nothing, we know we're no longer who we were when we loved her.
People change, even without becoming part Killick. It's part of life.
We think you're right, but we had to hear it from another. And we are content.
I've learned to access your culture's holographic network. Listen. $18 trillion desperate attempts to communicate per second. I hadn't realized your species were so starved for interaction.
Most humanoids value contact with each other, even if it's only holographic.
You attempt to compensate for limited communicative ability with technology. I look at you and see neurons fire in your brain. I scan your body and know how you taste. But you are blind, alone, and confused.
If you're so far beyond biological creatures, what's the point of analyzing them?
You dominate the galaxy. I'm curious, and do not sleep. Our time together has provided new information and sensations. These will prove useful in a future upgrade.
Greetings, Master. You're looking fit and deadly, as always.
This is Watcher 3 to Cypher 9. Things are a little chaotic without Keeper, so I need a minute to pull off files on Voss. In the meantime, I did want someone more familiar, but...
Apologies for the wait. Playing catch-up with our friends in the diplomatic service, but we think we can brief you.
I didn't realize we had an expert on board.
The diplomatic service has more experience with Voss than anyone. Certainly more than me.
We never served on Voss personally. It's a newly discovered world, home to a simple humanoid civilization. One species, one government, one city. Voss Ka.
Primitive. They didn't even have spaceflight when we made first contact.
But they have art and laws and culture. More importantly, they have citizens who can use the Force. Not Jedi or Sith, but something different.
New Force users could change the balance of power.
The Voss Force sensitives are called mystics. They're healers and fortune tellers, utterly revered and considered infallible. We want the Voss and the mystics to ally with the Empire. The Republic is petitioning them too, yet they remain stubbornly neutral.
Of course, half the galaxy has spies there. Who wouldn't? Keeper's files clearly indicate conspirator involvement, but no names or details. All I've got are instructions for a meet.
I'll take the bait. What was her plan?
There's a tea house in Voskar proper. You're supposed to wait for a contact. He'll identify himself with the phrase, anew as the spring. I don't know who he is, or whether Keeper told him about the Star Caval, but he'll know more than I do.
Assuming he's in one piece.
Assuming that. Watcher 3 out.
We'll await your instructions.
Mä käyn kattoo mitä toi tiskikone näyttää. Palataan kohta. Joo. Kyllä. Tiskit on valmiita ja lähden varmaan tekee perunamuussia. Nyt on niinku 50 000 käytettävissä aseessa. Yhtäs.
Outsider, enter, please. Yanato, remove incense for comfort and pour the simple teas. We're honored.
Don't burden the woman, Phaeton.
She looked unburdened.
I am Baston. This is my tea house. Forgive my son. May we start anew as the spring?
You're very kind. Is there somewhere we can talk?
Most the others. This woman is a friend of a good friend. I will share her time.
Your restoration increases. You recognize an unknown and respond with instinctive fear.
Don't worry. The family won't bother us, and no one else suspects. Living with these creatures for 5 years earns some credibility.
That's either quite a disguise, or you're Voss yourself.
Our employers surgically altered me to look like the real Baston. The only way to infiltrate a closed society. You got to know my family, raise children, kiss my wife. I don't care how exotic they look, their breath always smells like Minok dung. It's some spice in the blasted food.
I'm operating on limited information. Why am I here?
My orders were to find you a lead on Aldathius, a human who showed up a few years ago. Voss called him the Shining Man. Where he came from is a mystery. It only took him 5 weeks to go from outsider to practically Voss. Went through a dozen rites to earn their respect. Knew their culture inside and out. Knew their politics. Textbook infiltration. impossibly perfect.
You're talking past tense. What happened to him?
Just when it seems the Voss can't love him anymore, he dies in his sleep, buried with honors, mourned like one of them. No one's touched the case much since, so if you want to learn what the Shining Man was up to, you've got a nasty job. Start with the tomb.
You expect to find something with the body?
Something the Voss buried. Something in the body itself. It's a place to start, anyway. Tomb's at the base of the mountain, holiest place a non-Voss can be interred. Predators keep the area clear these days. If you want to go in as a pilgrim, I've left clothes and instructions at a dead drop. Give me a call once you're in.
Theritan returns at sunset.
Our family must prepare a welcome. We will speak again.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business.
Outfit, part of the pilgrim's ritual to the Shining Man's tomb. Best way to avoid drawing unwanted attention. Tradition says the pilgrim's supposed to collect ceremonial offerings from the Seeker's path. That'll be your first stop. Then the tomb itself. Just watch out for the subhumans. The Voss call them Gormak. All you need to know is that they're vermin with blasters.
Hoidetaan toi yksi vuoro vielä pois. No niin. Mä lopettelen tähän tällä kertaa ja ensi kerran varmaan. Ja laittaa ton mun sniperi ja kattoo paljonko siihen uppoo rahaa.